Hello everybody, welcome back to F1 2022 Manager. And well, after the disappointing episode, if you haven't seen it in the last episode, go check it out because it was pretty heartbreaking, to be honest. There's no other way to describe it. Heartbreaking, frustrating, but I won't give any spoilers away until a little bit further in the video. In case you haven't watched that yet, please do go check it out. But next up, we've got Monaco, and well, we went on a bit of a spending spree after the last episode to cheer us up. So we've got lots of upgrades coming sort of during the race weekend, which will be pretty interesting, to be honest. But Monaco is a circuit. I enjoy the spectacle of Monaco. I don't enjoy the race. It's normally pretty rubbish, and there is a high chance of a safety car and an accident. But I don't watch racing for the accidents. I watch racing for the exciting overtakes and things like that. But I understand it is a very good spectacle. I'm not expecting us to do very well. The only positive, if we come in and analyse our car against, say, someone like Williams, we're now much better than Williams as a car. We're not too far off the likes of Haas. We have caught them up on quite a few things, but they still are better than us. Let's have a look. Who else is around us? We've got sort of like the Alpine. We've got better low-speed cornering, which is obviously crucial for Monaco, and low-speed dirty airspeed cornering as well, which is crucial for Monaco, as you can see here, crucial for the circuit. So we are sort of catching a number of teams in terms of our development. Again, AlphaTauri is another one that we're catching up, but yeah, we still not got the best car. We've not really got a good car either. We do have some space for a project. So we're currently manufacturing some new underfloors. We're developing some new side pods. We've got the potential to now do research for next year's car. I sort of feel like we're not at the point to do that yet. If we just go and have a quick look at let's look at the circuit. So we're at Monaco. We've still got Azerbaijan, Canada, Britain, Austria, France, Hungary, Belgium, Holland, Italy, Singapore, Japan, United States, Mexico, Sao Paulo, and Abu Dhabi. So we've actually got loads of the season left. I feel like we can still increase this year's car before we go and improve next year's car by doing research. So I think we're going to stick with designing a new component. Now, suspension is the thing that the computer does for you at the beginning of the save. They basically set it up as part of the tutorial, right? I'm thinking we go for potentially a third chassis, but I'm not, or the rear wing, because the rear wing gives you much faster speed, and I feel like, I know we've only recently developed it, but if we put quite a lot of our research potential into a new rear wing, especially these wind tunnel hours, let's pile loads into that. So at the moment, it looks like it's going to be worse than the currently fitted one, but that's because we haven't done any design focus. So if we come in here and we might play around with some of these, we might design a rear wing which is just purely for pace. So yeah, I mean, there you go. If we look at all of this here, if we just come off here and come in, so you can see over here, top speed is going to be quicker by 0.05 kilometer per hour. We're going to have more acceleration, much better speed. The thing I'm actually interested in is increasing our DRS speed. So as soon as our rear wing opens, we can hopefully improve our DRS speed quite a lot. So if we push these down like that and then get our DRS delta up, our top speed with the DRS open goes up by quite a margin. It goes up by 0.9 kilometers per hour. Includes a whole G as well, gives us increased top speed. But we do decrease our cornering capabilities, which isn't ideal. I'm still not sure if you just sort of whack all this up, is there actually a negative? You're getting an overall better machine. Yeah, see, like, our DRS isn't as high. I think we're going to go, we're going to just knock these down. So we should still get a better component. But what will it give us overall? So, yeah, that's much better. High-speed DRS is, again, quicker. I think we're going to go with that. Let's have a look. Let's see what we can put on this. So, engineers, we've got 5 left. We can rush it for 1.5 million total cost. It'll take 37 days. Wow, okay. We are not running short of money. We've got 6.4 million in the bank, but Yeah, go on. Let's design a new rear wing again. Go on. Why not? Why not? That last Grand Prix really, really annoyed me. So that's what we've set up as a project. Let's get into the race weekend. So performance targets, reach Q3. I'm going to say we can we reach Q2? Can we reach Q2? Number of drivers 1 into Q2. Do you know what? Let's give it a go. We did it in the last one, didn't we? Finish position. Can we get someone higher than 15th? There's probably going to be a safety car. Let's take that one on as well. Why not? We're not going to do the streak. So, potentially, we've got another 600 grand-ish or 700 grand coming in. The loss is not too bad, actually. 47,000 if we don't do it. So, I'm not too worried about that. Drivers, yep, Seb, Nico, and Vesti as well. Yeah, Seb's feeling a little bit low on morale, as we found out at the end of last episode, which is irritating, but it is what it is. And all the cars have certain things fitted. So let's get into the race weekend. Right then, so usual practice. I'll do practice and be back for qualifying. That's the plan for this one. So after practice, then we're getting ready for qualifying, and well, it's interesting. 93% confidence we've got for Vettel. Nico, we've got him to 86. And the issue we've got is this straight here. I think everything could be good, but I think we're going to have to revert back to the 86 setup just so that we know he's got a little bit of what's going on. And then we need to sort out the car. So obviously we're going to put in the fresher engine again for qualifying in car 2 and the fresher gearbox as well. I also think we're going to have to potentially put in the new... Do we need... What's it? It's still got 50. It's fine. 50% of life is fine on ERS. That's not a problem at all. We'll have to do that with Seb as well. So his engine, he'll get the fresher engine, 82% on that one. We'll go into the ERS, and again, 55% I think is pretty good. The gearbox will give him a slightly newer gearbox. Yeah, why not for Monaco? We'll give him a new gearbox. I'm sort of thinking, do we just take... Well, let's see how qualifying goes. If we finish part of the qualifying, we'll just take loads of new components and get them ready, because Monaco's difficult. It'll be interesting to see how we go. We're going to go straight out on the softs. I don't think there's any real weather concerns. Partly cloudy, so that's all right. Softs. One flying lap. Here we go into qualifying one. Can Seb get back-to-back Q2 appearances? I mean, even if he doesn't, even if he does... Let's hope he doesn't crash, right? Spoilers for the last episode. But, yeah, we're going to send Vettel out. We're going to give him a little bit of time. And then we're going to send Nico out as well. I want to try and get some laps in early. One of the AlphaTauris coming out with us as well. Now we know we're going to have, lots of people coming out relatively early. We're going to hit, Gasly, I think, just held us up. Tyres are getting overheated. That's not a problem. It's only 1 lap speed there. But did Vettel get held up? I think he did, because he's gone 2 seconds slower than Nico Hülkenberg. So, something to keep an eye on. Is there any rain due? No, there isn't. Not in this session. So, let's get them back into the pits, and we're going to send them out again pretty quickly. I sort of feel like we might need to go and get as many laps in as we can here. So, the setup, 93% for Seb. That's pretty good. Let's get him prepped on the next tyre. We're going to keep Nico on the same set. He did a half decent time. So yeah, it's expected to die down a bit now. I'll tell you what, let's send them out. Let's send them out now together and see what we can do in Monaco, as they should hopefully have a bit of clear space when they start their... Oh, Sainz is going to cause... Oh no, we've got enough space between us and Sainz. So let's see how they do on this one. They've got a free run this time. This should be good lap times. This should be better. Vettel jumps up, as you can see. Hülkenberg, I don't think improved, but we can get them back into the pits and see how this progresses, because we've got a bit of time here now in qualifying. Vettel up in 8th, which is really, really good. We do have really good low-speed cornering, which is crucial for Monaco, so we could be in a pretty good position here, although Russell's probably now... He's already ahead of us, so that's not a problem. Zhou and Albon are out. Do we... I mean, I don't think those tyres are going to be too bad. In Monaco, we'll probably do medium. Should we... No, let's see what these times come in as. So we'll confirm that, come out of this, see what these guys put in times of, because at the moment we're not in a bad position with Vettel in 9th. Perez will improve, Gasly will definitely improve. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hamilton's going to improve. It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. We will do another lap. It's just whether we do it on fresh tyres or we do it on used tyres. So Zhou does go ahead of us as well. So let's say Ricciardo, Norris, Perez, Gasly, Hamilton definitely, and Alonso. Yeah, okay, we're gonna be dropping down. We're definitely gonna have to go again. We're gonna go again on fresh softs as well, and we're going to do that for both cars just to give us a chance of getting out. And then what we're going to do is the classic, go out when everyone else does and try and be the last lot to go. So 110, we did it in 111. So Hamilton's going, Gasly's going, Verstappen's going, Leclerc's going, Russell's going, Sainz is going. Right, let's go now then and get us out there. Vettel, Hulkenberg, we're not last out. But let's go through this and see. We'll watch Vettel's quickest lap as he comes around. We're going to go on board. We're going to go on board with Sebastian Vettel round Monaco as I sort out my camera angles there. Let's go into this, see if they set quicker sectors. In this one, we're looking for green, and that is a green first sector for Vettel, which is very, very good. That's what we need to see. The tyres are overheating, but it's a one lap, Seb. Stop moaning. Stop moaning. As you can see, you come through all these tight corners in Monaco, which we should be able to deal with pretty well. And then you get down through the tunnel, a blinding light as you get to the end of it. Right, Gasly is up into 6th as he finishes his lap. Vettel drops down to 12th as Hamilton improves, as we were expecting. I'm expecting Perez to improve as well when he crosses the line. This is going to be very, very interesting. If we don't get out of Q1, I'm taking all new parts and I'm sort of sacrificing Monaco, to be honest. And we'll have all of our new engine parts, gearbox, ERS, engine, everything in place. So, drivers are crossing the line. Albon didn't improve. Ricciardo didn't improve. Vettel, is he going to improve here? Vettel is the driver at risk at the moment. He's just gone down. Vettel is 16th. So, we're out in Q1. Really, it's not... We're only 4/100ths of a second off Tsunoda. That is really irritating. Vettel put in a good lap, nearly got out of Q1 for the second time in a row, but both drivers are eliminated, which is annoying because we told the sponsors we would get them into Q2, but although Alonso has a penalty, I wonder how far that's going to drop him down. That was in practice. He crashed into someone, the idiot. But yeah.
With the teams and drivers ready and
right.
To go.
Aston Martin
Going into the race, I'm going to skip this because we need to do all of our engine stuff. I'm sort of thinking, I think when we see that position gains. After qualifying, you're able to offer a performance guarantee to your sponsors where you predict how many positions your drivers will climb from their starting position. So if we climb one spot with each driver, so get Vettel into 15th and Nico into 17th, we'll get 247,200. Done. Yep, I'm happy to put that in there. That's not a problem. We didn't reach Q2, didn't reach Q3, and we're not going to get a finishing streak. So, right, well, Q1 was pretty rapid, so we'll get into the race. Right then, on to strategy, and it's an interesting run around Monaco, isn't it? Because track position is everything, so it's definitely going to be a one-stopper. It's just how do we manage that one-stopper to get us the best track position. Now, sort of thinking medium to hard, potentially under. I think we're going to want to push relatively strong on the hards though. So if we go sort of aggressive. The thing is, there's going to be a safety car. It's Monaco, right? There's going to be a safety car. So I feel like maybe starting mediums, going to the hards and playing it by ear is the way to go, I think. I didn't save that, did I? No, I didn't. Let's go. So medium to hard is what they say. They say pit on lap 30, whatever that is, 33. Yeah, 33. Why am I trying to count it out there? It literally says it there. 33. See, now there is, with the mediums, there is potential for an undercut. Monaco does hurt the tyres, though. Because you want to... What do you want to do? An over... No, you can't overcut because of traffic. You don't want to do it... Yeah, you definitely don't want to do a two-stopper unless there's a safety car. Pushing the tyres really hurts them in Monaco. So... Right, mediums to 31. Manage the hards to get us to the end. I think that's what we're going to go with Seb. I think that's what we're going to go with Seb. Didn't select the strategy. Strategy B. In we go. I mean, with Nico, do we go something like that? Do we go hards to soft? Push the hards a little bit more. Try and get a little bit extra out of the softs. I mean, we could do that and go mediums and push the tyres hard. They'll probably overheat around Monaco, though. Yeah, we could try stick on the hards. Get that track position. I think we're going to go mediums, and I think we're going to go like we're going to push slightly aggressively. Can we push slightly? There we go. We'll do that. So Nico's going to do a long stint, 47 laps on the hards is what Nico's going to do. Yeah, it's interesting. It's certainly interesting. Obviously, from the beginning though, we're going to start on deploy and push and get all that moving. Because you need to try and jump the positions early on in Monaco off the start line. That's what we need to do. Right, I think we're ready to go. I think... Oh, car setup untested. Highest confidence 94. Why did that not change back in... Oh, for God's sake. That's annoying. Fuel. We can put a little bit more fuel in the car so that we can push a little bit harder. I don't think it's going to affect us too much from the off. Right, start the race. Here we go. Come on. Right, 5 lights and we're away. They were held for quite a while, but we're off. Look, you can see us deploying the battery straight away. And Vettel, oh, he did get a position, and then Tsunoda got it back. Can we get round the outside here? Hulkenberg's lost it. Vettel, I think, has squeezed past. We have squeezed past Tsunoda up to 14th. Oh, as if Albon's got round Hulkenberg. It's not going to suit a non-aggressive driver, to be honest. Right, we'll push the fuel. We'll save the tyres a little bit. Just for both of them. We'll just say that. And then you come into the procession. Coming round the Longcombe. Is that what the corner's called there? I can't remember what that was called. But, yeah, you can see they're overheating already, the tyres. Bloody hell. So we have to keep an eye on that for sure. So deploying the battery through here, I think as we come in here, we can just drop down to neutral because we're not going to really make any inroads in this point. You can make a dive bomb into the final 2 corners, but at the moment, I think we just we let it run. Hulkenberg really not impressing off the start line. Really not impressing, dropping down to 18th. But Vettel, with all of his experience, is keeping pace with the faster Alpines in front of him. And just got to sort of hope someone makes a mistake. Not one of our drivers. We had enough of those in the last episode. So, can we push? Can we push here? As we're running through. First lap done. We've got Tsunoda, which is good. I'm just wondering, do we keep pushing the tyres a bit? Where's the best place to maybe coming down through the tunnel? I think we're going to deploy some battery there. Vettel went for a little attempt there on Ocon, but didn't make it stick. Right, into the sharp, tight right-hander, and then into the hairpin at the bottom of the hill. Go round nice and slow. Get a full lock on, and then I think in a minute we're going to go into overtake here and see if we can deploy some of this battery to get past. Yeah, we've let Ocon go a little bit there. We didn't really have the best exit on the corner. But do you know what? We're going to leave it in overtake, I think, coming into the chicane. Come out of here. Foot down, Seb. Foot down. There we go. He's deploying the battery. He does fancy a little go. How's Hulkenberg doing? He's 0.3. Let's get you into overtake as well in case you're pretty close. Where are you, Hulkenberg? You're right on the back of a Haas as Schumacher's lost out to Albon as well. And this is the problem now. Albon's going to lose space to the AlphaTauri. And he's not going to be able to get past. Right, DRS now. And overtake with the battery. Come on. Come on, Seb. Come on. Get really close up to that gearbox. No, didn't quite make it happen. Can we get him out of here? No, he does deploy the battery quite well on overtake. Get that Alpine. Get that Alpine. You can see it's always charging under brakes. That's fine. I think in the, as we go round the hairpin again, this area here, let's get it onto harvest, just make sure, well, we just need to charge up. Maximised our harvest abilities there straight away, so I think we can just leave it in overtake, to be honest, and see how that does. I think while we're sitting behind, let's, I mean, Hulkenberg's we're going to push Hulkenberg a bit on his hards for now. It's Monaco, so there's got to be a safety car at some point. There has to be. It's Monaco.
Do everything you can, mate.
It has to be. Right. Hulkenberg.
Some lift and coast.
He's really... It's Albon holding everyone up. He's trying to go for it, Hulkenberg. Oh, he's not got enough space just to get past Schumacher. Front, you can see him having a look on everything. Oh, he was very close to hitting the wall there as Hulkenberg is making a move. Go on, Nico. Yes, right. He's got round one. Has he? Has he? No, he hasn't. Yes, he has. He holds on. Now get Albon as well. Oh, my word, Nico. You're going so far wide there. So close. Go on. Keep pressuring Albon. Get that Haas out of here. Get that Haas out of here. Into turn one. Oh, the Haas is going to have the inside line. Come on, Nico. Come on, Nico. Right, he's got that place off Schumacher. Just need to get past Albon as well.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
And then the natural pace of the car should get us away from the Williams. We are a quicker car than the Williams. And go on. Go on, Nico. Oh, he pulled out. He was getting squeezed into the wall. He was getting squeezed into the wall. Vettel is 0.6 seconds off Ocon as well, higher up in the lap. Because as soon as we get past Albon, I think we can just drop our pace and our fuel off a little bit. Let's make sure that Seb does recharge his battery a little bit more. Go on, now you've got him. Come on. Come on, through the tunnel. He's deployed all of his battery. Well, there's no point, again, no point in harvesting. We've harvested as much as we can on the lap. Go on, go, 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 go. Oh, he's just easing out of it. How close is the Haas behind? Pretty damn close, to be honest. We really need Hulkenberg to close this lap and get past Albon, because Albon's the one that's holding us up. Ricardo's had a shocker. He's at the back somehow. Come on. Get in there, get in there. Oh, he's just not got enough to get past that bloody Williams at the moment. Right, let's jump back to Vettel, who is losing a little bit of pace. So we'll push on the fuel. We'll ease off the tyres a bit.
You can stop lift and coast.
And we'll just... we're in a big DRS train here, so it's going to be very difficult for Seb to get above that. We're going to go back to Hulkenberg and see how he's getting on against Albon, who is one of the drivers I'm fancying. But look at that, 7 seconds to Tsunoda already in Monaco is massive. We really need Albon to get out of the way. Like, really, really need him to get out of the way. Just a quick check. Is there going to be rain? Nope. It's going to be completely dry for the whole thing, which is wonderful, 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 wonderful. Right. We're going to let Nico just sort of battle here a little bit. Let's drop him down to aggressive. We'll keep the fuel on push for now. In fact, we're going to deploy it straight out of this corner. Go on, drop it. Why are you not dropping your ERS? You've got loads to use.
Use energy.
Copy.
Come on. Make that dive down the inside after this corner. That's what I want you to do. Come on, Nico. Be brave. Be brave. He's not being brave. He's not being brave at all. Right, into neutral. We'll let him manage that. We're going to go and focus on Seb for a little bit. And I feel like we just need to settle in here.
All okay on fuel. So you can do
with Seb. 14th is one place up from where we started. So, in fact, is it one place up? Yeah, I think it is one place up. And Seb's having a good old drive at the moment. It's just we need Hulkenberg to get past Albon. 8 seconds to Tsunoda is absolutely massive. I'm just wondering, can we manage Nico's ERS at the moment? Leave that on neutral as we go around, because he's fully charged as much as he can on this lap. So we're going to fall into an ERS hole if we're not careful. So okay, so he is deploying a little bit even when we're on neutral. That's not too bad. As just keeping an eye on Vettel, just slowly dropping off Ocon in the faster Alpine, but at the moment not much we can do. We're going to go for this again. No, we're going to go for this again into overtake.
Defend.
I didn't mean to set it to defend, Nico. Ignore that. I didn't mean to set it to defend. Come on, Nico. If we can make sure we're either past him or right behind him as we get into the DRS, we're just going to do a lap on harvest here. And then we're going to put it onto deploy after a couple of laps. Yeah, we've lost the battery, but we do have DRS, and we are... Oh, my God, Nico, stop pulling out of the move when you're right next to him at Monaco. You need to be brave. You need to make this count, Nico. You're not in my good books at the moment, Nico. You are really not. Right, we're going to harvest on a couple of laps. Make sure we get that full and then have a big push. Back to Seb, who is right behind Ocon in the Alpine. See, Seb has now got quite a lot of battery, so we're going to deploy straight off this corner. Come on, go, 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 go. He's trying to deploy it. We can push a little bit on fuel again. You can tell, look how much Nico's getting stuck behind the Williams. He can't deploy that fuel that we want him to. So, what do we have on our strategy here? We had standard and then hard. Okay, we'll trust the strategy. Let's drop that back down to neutral at the moment. You're still harvesting. You're still keeping range in DRS. That's fine. That's not an issue. 10 seconds now from Albon to Tsunoda in front. Oh, my word. Albon is causing us all sorts of trouble with Hulkenberg. Right, let's let this unfold a little bit. Okay, Nico's going for it on Albon. Surely he's got him this time. He has. He has. Easy pickings there. Nico's finally got past him. He's got 12 seconds to make up now on to Tsunoda. We have been pushing with Vettel a little bit, and then we went on a couple of laps of harvest, and we've sort of dropped off Ocon a little bit, but we just need to keep an eye on the fuel. So I think we're going to try and do a similar thing with Seb here. We're going to deploy, try and catch up to Ocon in this tunnel as we come down the tunnel, and yeah, the Alpines are just completely pulling away. Drop back into neutral at the moment, just so that it's nicely managed. Again, up to deploy. We're trying to... We need to deploy the battery to get close, to get back into DRS. We've lost that second, and that's what we need to do from here on in, really. It's crucial in Monaco that you keep the DRS to give you any chance of an overtake. We really need to make it count. 11 laps in. The track has got a lot of grip on it now, so hopefully we can keep this sort of push up, which is good. So fuel is back in range for Seb, which is awesome. Yeah, we need to... I think we sort of need to keep this on deploy, really, or manage it. So yeah, let's harvest down that brake section into neutral as we go down this hill. You drive to the right just to avoid the bump. Come into this area here. Heavy harvest here, which should refill our harvest. Refill the battery as much as we can, which gets us to 56. So have we closed that gap? No, we haven't. No, we haven't. 0.7 seconds. No, what? +1. Actually, isn't it? Yeah, +1. Bloody hell. I don't want to push the tyres. We can go to pushing fuel a little bit more. Nico, now he's got past, can actually probably... How far has Nico got in front of Albon? Oh, he's put 2 seconds ahead of him already. Yeah, fine. Nico's got a good old gap there. He's still 12 seconds off Tsunoda that I don't think he's really going to claim in. Tsunoda is sneaking up on us as well, actually. There's Tsunoda, look, right behind us. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, right. We really need to catch these Alpines. Right, deploy down the start-finish straight. Just dump it all, I don't mind. Dump it all. Right, back into neutral so that we can charge some of it up. Still 1.6 seconds. We really need to get Vettel back in this race. Okay, we've got Seb back into DRS by a bit of ERS and fuel management. And we're doing pretty well. We need to keep an eye on Nico, who's got Schumacher for company. I think what we're going to do actually is deploy and just try and get away from Schumacher. As you can see, he has gained us there, so we can hopefully deploy, break the DRS, and get Hulkenberg away. 15 seconds towards Tsunoda, who's closed in on ups as we've closed in on Ocon. So it's all pretty tense at the moment. I'm just thinking if we have a quick look at let's go lap history. Hulkenberg's time, they are dropping off a little bit, and Vettel's are pretty consistent. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to push it too much. I feel like we're in a decent position right now, although Vettel has lost some space to Ocon again. Who's holding this? Let's go to this view. Who's holding this queue up here? So Gasly you've got there. You've got Norris leading it ahead of Zhou, Alonso, Ocon, us and Tsunoda. Then you've sort of got Hulkenberg and Schumacher, Ricciardo, Albon, Latifi. And I don't know why there's two number 19s there, but there should be 1920. But Leclerc not too close to lapping just yet, because obviously that's going to be a killer when we get onto when the leaders come and lap us and stuff. It's going to cause havoc to letting people pass and stuff like that. So we're still deploying with Nico. I don't think we're in a position yet to be able to deploy with Seb, but we are keeping pace, which is fine. So we'll push a little bit on the fuel. Let's have a look to see how his strategy's doing here. We're slightly above the line. Let's go a little bit aggressive on the tyres. Again, we can go aggressive on these tyres as well. And see how we do. Just give him a time to a bit of a push. Try and make it work. So Nico has lost all his ERS, but he has put a little bit of a gap between him and Schumacher. Yeah, so much like actual Monaco, not too much is happening. I'm looking at the overview sort of screen for the map at the moment. We've put a bit of space in us on Sonoda. Schumacher has overtaken Hulkenberg, but they're going to keep sort of switching, I think, a little bit. Norris is holding up this group. He's 12 seconds behind Magnussen. There's been no incidents, no yellow flags, nothing at the moment, which is very unlike Monaco. But, you know, we've got a bit of fuel to play with. We've got some tyre life to play with. We're not doing badly at the moment.
Coast.
So we're into the pit window with Seb. We've got a couple of laps until we're actually in his... that's not the one I wanted, that one. We've got a few laps until we're actually in the perfect time for pitting, but Leclerc has already pitted, and he's definitely going for an undercut here. He's hugely going for an undercut. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to stick to the strategy, but we're going to have to push Seb quite hard, I think, on these last few laps before he pits. So let's get him really going for it. Nico, we know, has got a longer time to stay out, and he's got plenty of fuel to play with as well. Nico, so if we can really push on these bits here. So we're going to jump. So Alonso's in. Okay, lots of people are in. So, and lots of people are coming out. Oh, what are you doing, Seb? You got... Why did you get done by that? You could have just carried on flying around the corner. Oh, Seb, that's shocking coming when someone's coming out of the pits like that. Right, we need to really get this on. And we're stuck behind Russell at the moment, who is going slower than us quite considerably at the moment. So lots of people have actually gone for an undercut on us, or have gone in earlier than I thought they would, to be honest. Does that change our strategy here? Do we go in this lap and make those hards last? People have come in very early for the hards. How are they going to make those hards last? Like, if you come down, so they've pitted. I mean, they're just not going to push at all on their tyres. I know it's hard to overtake, but I think we're going to stick with what we had. I don't really want to change anything. I feel like we're in a decent position. We're up to 11th at the moment. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. I hate Monaco. Like, oh, yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun to drive on the F1 game. It's not fun to manage it. It's not fun, like, to watch it on TV. Well, it is fun to watch it on TV, but it's not the greatest race to be involved with. Right, let's deploy this battery then and see what we can do. How's Nico getting on? Still down his 17th. Looked like he just went to make a move. Oh, he's letting lapped. He's becoming lapped. He's letting the leaders through, to be honest, which is a little bit of a pain. Oh my word, they've nearly hit each other. They nearly hit into the barrier. Oh my god. Let's just focus on Seb. Let's focus on Seb. That's going to be more enjoyment, I think, for us rather than anything else. Right, well, we are going for a move on Russell. We're trying to overtake a Mercedes. Yes, Seb. Lovely stuff. Has he made it stick? No, not quite. He's trying to. But George Russell is getting his elbows out and didn't allow us to overtake him, which is really, really annoying. Right, come on, Seb. You've not got long. It'll be next lap. You're going to come into pit, mate. So you just keep doing your thing. You're doing all right, son. You're doing all right. My worry is that when we pit Hulkenberg, he's going to come out like next to Albon rather than in front of Ricciardo. But hopefully we can make this work. I don't know how long the average pit stop is. I didn't check. ERS is empty, so we'll whack that into neutral. We have, I mean, it shows when you push, it really does make a difference because we've really closed that gap to Russell. Right, we should come round these couple of corners and then get the message to call Vettel in. What's that? That's like 2 seconds, 2.5, 3.7. I'm hoping we can just come out in front of Alonso, but it's going to be touch and go. It really is. We're going to keep pushing because as we cross the start-finish line here, it should now say pit this lap. There we go. So open pit options, onto the hards. Estimated exit 18th. Oh, that is a shitter. That is a shitter. Yeah, onto the hards. Pit this lap. We can't really. We said we are going to stick with the strategy. We maybe should have reacted a little bit quicker when people started doing the undercut. It's made me think: do we potentially look at Nico's strategy and see what we can? We can't really do much with Nico. We started on the hards, so no. Okay, we'll stick it as it is. I'm still very surprised there's not been a safety car in Monaco yet, but let's see. So Tsunoda's in the pits. So Hülkenberg jumps Tsunoda in the pits, which is good. Which is what we need. So there's a 10-second gap now, so we may come out pretty close around Hülkenberg. Actually, we'll have to wait and see. Right, let's just deploy all this battery and we'll charge it up just as he's about to enter the pits. So let's get as close as we can to George Russell coming down this bit here into the chicane, and we navigate it well enough, and now we deploy the battery and try. And just cause a bit of trouble for George Russell as we come down. I mean, if we had a safety car now, it'd be absolutely amazing if we could accidentally sort of pit when the safety car's in. So we've pushed very hard. So we're going to harvest here. We'll go to balanced. We'll go light. There we go. So we're coming in to the pits with Seb. Let's get the old bird's eye view for this one. So we're in the pits. Right, we've lost out to Gasly, Magnussen. Schumacher's the big one. It needs to be a good stop. Come on, chaps. It's got to be quicker than that. It's got to be quicker. We're gonna be coming out well down here somewhere. Right, Seb just making his way through. There goes Schumacher. There goes Alonso. Can we get round this pit lane ahead of Alonso? That's what we need to do. Come on, get your foot down, Seb. Get your foot down. I think he has. I think he's just come out in front of Alonso, which is absolutely epic. Right. We'll put that back into neutral for now. Right, 14th. That's good. I like that. We've done well there. We've done well. And the lead drive, some of the lead drivers are coming in, so they're on a similar strategy to Hülkenberg, who's currently in 16th. Hülkenberg will come out around Albon, which I think is a little bit of a disappointment, but we'll see how that goes. But Seb out in front of Alonso is massive. Really, really good stuff. That we needed to make that one work as they come through the tunnel. And can we potentially... I'm just thinking... No, we're not going to be able to jump anyone here. So there's quite a big gap in the field, though. Let's just quickly have the overlook here. So Bottas and Hamilton are out here. You've got the leaders catching up again to lap the back markers, which is Hülkenberg, Alonso, Vettel and that. I think... We're going to be pretty close to this group of people just coming out of the pits. We've not done too badly with our pit strategy. As you can see here, so Vettel jumps Schumacher, who just goes in. We're not going to be far off Norris and Ocon. I think it worked. We jumped Alonso with our change. I think we did. Yeah, I think we have. I think we've jumped Alonso, which is absolutely massive, to be honest. That means it's worked really well. Yeah, really. I mean, Alonso's right on our tail, but I'm very happy with that. Look, there he is, right on our tail. But if we can just manage him and hold off and stay in this DRS train, I think we've got... We're doing okay. We're doing okay. I'm happy. It's gone well. It's gone well.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can see here we're in a... That's a great view to do it, actually. We're in an Alpine sandwich at the moment, and it's still Lando Norris that's holding this group up. We need to try and make a move sooner rather than later. We've got everything in line where it needs to be. I'm quite happy with how he's managing the ERS on his own. The fuel's good. We're going to hopefully have a bit of fuel to push at the end. But yeah, at the moment it's not too bad. Hards. Ricardo's only on the mediums. So Ricardo and Hülkenberg are the two that are left to pit basically. You can see there, like, people have been lapped, and they won't be far off getting Hulkenberg, Alonso, and Vettel again. So I don't know what we do here. I think we just sit and enjoy where we are at the moment and see what we can do towards the end. Okay, what we're going to do is, as we come round this section, we're going to do a massive push on fuel in a minute. We're just going to go past, or through these corners, I should say, not past them. We're going to go through them. And then as we approach basically the start-finish straight, we're going to come round that little chicane. And then we're going to go round this right-hander, and we're going to say push, and we're going to say deploy as soon as you come out of this corner. Because you go round one right-hander, round another, and then get that foot down, Seb. Come on. I know we've got a DRS train here, but if we can get close...
We have low battery.
If we can get close, we can make this work. And they're battling up front, so there is a chance here for Seb. There is a chance to get up to 11th. Oh, Norris is causing issues. Bloody Norris. What's going on with Hulkenberg at the back here? He's still just about hanging on to Alonso. There's a bit of a gap to him, but he's just about hanging on. He's got such a stint to do on those hard tyres. It's absolutely incredible. But Seb is managing this well. He's got Alonso behind him, Ocon in front. Oh, Norris, 15 seconds to Magnussen. It's just, that's embarrassing, Lando. It's embarrassing. Right, deploy in the tunnel. Drop all that battery as much as you can.
Copy.
We want to get as close to Ocon as we can going into the start-finish straight, so that we can try and make our DRS work. We're pushing. Everyone's on hards. Everyone's in a DRS train. Everybody's probably managing the battery quite similar to us. So, yeah, let's see how we do. Right, into this little chicane. We're going to go into overtake, I think, on this back bit here. So we'll drop the battery just around that corner. And then as we come around that, it should just drop the rest of it to try and get that acceleration. And it's not really working. Yeah, it's not really working. We'll just have to sit on neutral for a little bit and get it to charge. But if these two keep battling in front of us, that does suit us pretty well. So Seb is getting really hurt by letting the leaders through, and it drops him off DRS every time. So we've just got to hope that Ocon sort of budges out the way right now, and that allows us to potentially catch up like that. That's better. That's what we want to do. We've got the momentum and the speed. Is Seb going to make a dangerous dive bomb here? I don't think he is. It's probably the right decision. We don't want anything too stupid at the moment. But yeah, when the leaders come through to lap us, it's causing so many issues for the back markers. And I've got a feeling we may have messed up with Hulkenberg's strategy here. I think pitting earlier is better, because we're going to come out in front of Albon, which is all the way down in like 18th. So he's not going to have much improvement from qualifying. But Vettel is the man of the moment at the moment, and is doing a cracking job keeping pace with a much faster Alpine in front of him, as Lando Norris lets, who's that? It's probably Sainz, I'd imagine, because I think we had Leclerc go through earlier. So I want to close the gap and then harvest a little bit. So we're going to push on fuel and then get some harvest on. Hulkenberg isn't far off his pit window now. I mean, he's doing like 47 laps on these hards. Fair play to you, Nico. You're holding that car together, mate. I know it's not been the best race, but you are holding it together. Okay, so we're starting to lap cars now, and it's the Williams, and he's getting in the way. Don't pull in front of us. Oh, you stupid Williams. Get out of the way. Get out of the way, you absolute bellend. Get out of the way. You're a back marker. You are hindering our progress to catch up with Ocon, you absolute muppet. Get out of the damn way. I bet that's Latifi. What a melon. What an absolute melon that is. Ruining my ERS management. Letting Ocon get away from us out of DRS. Bloody Williams. Absolutely. Now Hulkenberg is going to be stuck behind him as well. Ugh. Absolutely terrible. Right, pit window entered for Nico. So, this is bloody Williams. Oh, we've had a crash. So Bottas has crashed. Nothing yet about a safety car. Bottas chasing the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton, I think that is. Oh, it's a big one. Has he managed to keep that going? So, where's Bottas? Yeah, he's got that going again on track, which is really irritating. So there's no safety car. And we are going to get Nico into pit onto the mediums. I think Yeah, we've just told you to pit, haven't we? Yeah, onto the mediums, confirm the changes. Right, Nico is going to be coming in, and we are right on the back of Norris, who's lost out to Ocon. Everyone's sort of taken over Hulkenberg where his tyres are going a little bit. So, yeah, he's tried his best, bless him, but he's struggled as his tyres have gone. But we're going to come out in front of Albon, I think. 10... Oh, we might come out in front of Ricciardo, actually. Oh, no, we're there, aren't we, Hulkenberg? Yeah, we're going to come out in front of Ricciardo. That's all it is. But no safety car yet. 30 laps to go. We're now stuck behind Lando Norris, which isn't fun, is it? That's not fun. Right, let's watch Nico for a little bit. He's 2 seconds off Schumacher as everyone's got past him because of his tyres giving up a little bit. And, yeah, Ricciardo's 9 seconds away. So, Ricciardo will jump us in the pits. We'll still should be ahead of Albon as Nico's going to come in and pit in just a second. Get on the mediums and then we'll see if we can sort of reel anyone in. But we may have got Nico's strategy wrong and Seb's strategy looking pretty right at the moment, to be honest. We just need to get back within a second of Norris. As here is Nico. He's coming in. Let's see what this stop looks like. It's gonna be. I mean, Ricciardo's gonna get past us. We're on to the mediums. 2.8. Total time in the pits is 20. Oh, it's gonna be like 30 seconds, isn't it? Yeah. So we're now 12 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo, which is a bit of a shame. There becomes Bottas, who just had his crash. He's going to come and lap us. So I think Nico just sort of plods along now and gets this done. I think we had it on aggressive, didn't we? Yeah, so Nico can go aggressive to the end. We'll push him, try and get him moving up the field a little bit, at least closing in on Ricciardo for 9 seconds if we can. But we are, at the moment, with Sebastian Vettel, though, right on the heels of Lando Norris. And if we can get past him, that's a big scout because, yeah, he was the person that was having the big hold up to Magnussen in 10th. So we'll have to see if we can get past Lando Norris here. So let's go up into overtake on the start-finish straight as we just come around the first corner. Can we make a move stick here? Let's get on board. I don't think we are. We are struggling to manage our ERS slightly as Lando comes under significant pressure from Seb. And then you can see we drop the ERS to try and help with the acceleration. We're actually going to pop it into neutral as we go around this area here. No point in deploying your ERS when you can't actually accelerate quickly off a corner because it's so slow. And then down here we'll go into overtake through the tunnel. Right, switch to overtake and go for it. Come on, Seb. Come on, you've got that McLaren. It doesn't like low speed cornering. He's making a dive. Oh, the battery's empty. Nearly straight into the back of him. We'll set that back into neutral. In fact, shall we... let's get Seb to deploy. We need to close that gap as much as we can to Ricciardo. He's added on another 2 seconds since we've had our pit stop. So we need to sing us. And to be fair, if Hulkenberg crashes out and causes a safety car, I'm not going to complain because I think a lot of other teams will pit and we'll stay in and try and keep track position. So... we'll see what happens. But yeah, one incident in this race, which is where Bottas hit into the wall, and that's been it. Nothing else of note in terms of safety car action or yellow flags or anything like that. It's been pretty timid. I've got a feeling we're coming to lap the back markers again here. I think that's who's just in front of us. It is. Oh my God, Latifi, you are so bad at racing. How are you in Formula 1, Latifi? Go Tifi, you need to leave the sport, I think, to be honest. It's maybe it's not for you, mate. Maybe it's not for you. But we're still on the tail of Lando Norris, really struggling to get past. Alonso's closed the gap to us, and then we've got 10 seconds to Tsunoda. So, in essence, we're actually we're in a decent position as long as Alonso doesn't get past us. But given the fact we can push our tyres and our fuel, and we're not looking in any sort of danger at the moment, I think we're doing alright. We can try and use overtake down here to catch up to Lando. I bet you that Williams is going to get in our way again. Bet you it's going to get in our way. So we're just sort of managing our ERS as we go. Let's deploy it down here. Right, so he moves out the way. Oh, he's held Norris up. Okay, he's actually... No, now get out the way. Now get out the way. Now get out the way. You did your job. You held Norris up. Now get out the way. Now, okay, Zhou's just come to pit and Alonso's caught us up because of Latifi, who is an absolute knob. Okay, we've just gone through the wall a little bit there, a little bit glitchy. And now Alonso Thank you, Latifi, for holding Alonso up. You've finally done something good with your life. Zhou is just coming out of the pit, so I don't think we're going to catch Zhou. He's now going to be... He's still in front of Ocon, so not too much there. But the Williams, again, just drops the DRS for us. It's so irritating, that damn Latifi. I really hope Williams get rid of him at the end of the season. He's dreadful. In real life and in the game.
Yeah.
Okay, lap 54. It looks like we're in a good position here on Norris for a potential overtake down the start-finish straight. But I can see the Williams of Albon in front of us, which is, yeah, not what you want to see, to be honest. So we're going to come around here. Again, we're going to go on to full-on deploy and absolutely waste all of this the 10% of battery we're probably going to have as we come onto the start-finish straight. So there's the 10%. Round this last little right-hander. Just dump all that battery now for the acceleration. He tries. He's going to have DRS. Come on, Seb. Lando Norris has gone defensive. Come on, Seb. Make it stick. Oh, he doesn't quite make it stick. Can we use it down here? We're just getting rid of any battery that we're charging at the moment to try and make this move on Norris to get up to 12th, which would be pretty epic, to be honest. But at the moment, it's not really working. Go back down to neutral. Let's harvest as much as we can going into these tight bends here.
Charge up. Copy.
And then we'll go back to neutral as we come around the hairpin. Hulkenberg's in a little world of his own. 8 seconds off Ricardo, and he's got something like 40 seconds behind him to Albon. So, yeah, I actually think we're not too far in terms of geographical distance to lapping Hulkenberg, which is probably a little bit of a concern for him, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see, now we're getting to not have much battery as we come through. If we get past Norris, again, I'll go for a couple of laps on harvest, because I think we can push away from him, because he's the one holding us up now and letting Ocon escape. So yeah, we need to manage this. I don't think we're going to have much battery here, but I put it on deploy so that as soon as we get our charge, as we cross the start-finish straight, we can just dump it all straight away. So now there's a little bit coming through this break-in. And then can we get it down here? No, we can't. We're going to have to manage that a little bit better. Seb's having another look at Lando down the start-finish straight, but can't make it stick. I think we're in pretty close range. We're going to harvest for this whole lap. We're going to harvest for this whole lap because we're going to have DRS. Lando's not really getting away from us as we go. Let's just check tyre wear. We may have to drop off a little bit. Nico is looking good for his tyres, to be honest. But yeah, if we just don't deploy too much, but I just feel it's that bit there where you're so close to them, you just think, oh, we'll deploy in the tunnel, and then we'll get them. But yeah, we're not. Let's have a quick check of tyre wear. So we've got now Norris has got 10% better tyres than us. Wow. Okay, Zhou came in for softs. Interesting. When did Norris pit? Did Norris pit? He must have pitted before us. He's made those tyres do really, really well, to be fair to him. But yeah, look, we're lapping 3/10 quicker. 3/10 quicker than Norris. So he is really holding us up at the moment, which is a proper pain in the arse. And 57% is pretty low. We do need to keep an eye on that. We may have to rein that in ever so slightly. But we are charging... We are getting more and more charge in our battery now, which is, well, we're harvesting, which is good. So we should end every lap with a little bit more, which is good. And we're keeping pace with Lando, which is why I'm watching this and not speeding it up. Like, I may speed it up to 2 times just to make sure that we're keeping in line. But I don't want people to get motion sickness, because I know that watching in 2 times speed can be a little bit nauseating at times for certain people. My wife would definitely find it nauseating. But at the moment, we are keeping pace with Lando and staying within that second, which is good. And I'm sort of thinking this is where we may be able to deploy down the start-finish straight. So let's whack it back into neutral so that we can have a little bit of deployment when Seb feels necessary. Again, you can see the low-speed corners where we do catch Lando up. And then let's go, not round this corner. Round this corner, absolutely deploy it all. Just drop it all, Seb. Come on.
Use energy.
Drop it all. Hopefully your DRS is open, and it is. And look at that. That's... Come on. I thought that was good use of the ERS, but Lando's just held on, and Seb's swung out a bit too quick to try and make that move. But it does show that if we manage the ERS on our own, and Seb's trying to find a gap. He's trying to find the gap. Oh, we pushed Lando off course, but Seb couldn't make it move. We'll drop back into neutral for this bit. But yeah, the management of the ERS is really quite easy in Monaco, actually. So shall we go for it here through the tunnel? I want it just to make sure that we're very, very close. Right, drop back down to neutral so that we still keep some charge in the battery. Don't go for the move now. That's it. That's it. Just keep this distance and you'll have him on the start-finish straight, Seb. You'll have him easily. Easily have him. Lando is not pulling away. 0.3 of a second he's in front of us. We should catch him up in these low-speed corners as well, because our car is better than the McLaren in the low-speed corners. And we are right on his gearbox now. So deploy as soon as we come around here. This could be the lap. We finally get past the McLaren. And we've managed the ERS. Can we do... Oh, Seb. Why have you pulled out of that there? Why have you pulled out? You're so close to getting through. All that ERS management. Oh. Make it stick this time. You tried it here last time and you didn't make it stick. Get past him. No, he's going to shift. Yeah, he has to shift over. Oh, Seb. Seb. 53% left. We may have to drop his tyres off just a little bit from pushing. I'm worried that's going to allow Alonso back in. Nico is looking good for tyres, to be fair. Nico's looking... he's just managing himself. 52 seconds ahead of Albon. 9 seconds behind Ricciardo. He's in his own little world, Nico. He's just got to finish the race. That's all he's got to do. Or cause a safety car so that we can get some advantage out of it. We're not going to harvest down here. I don't think we've got enough battery at the moment to worth deploying. So we are going to stick that onto harvest. He will deploy a little bit while he's on harvest. But we're 0.3 seconds off Lando. We're not losing DRS. I'm just worried about our tyres. That's the main thing I'm worried about at the moment. So now we've got DRS. We gain on him every single time, but just can't make it stick. In fact, while we're so close and we're harvesting, I'm going to ease up on the tyres a little bit here. Because Lando isn't pulling away from us. We've actually got... We're just going to keep an eye on the delta. Yeah, so as soon as we come off the tyres, he does pull away a little bit. But if we can manage this and get some charge in our battery and have a proper attack... 0.8, still 0.8, 0.9, so we're going to have DRS still, that's fine. So we're definitely going to have DRS, and it's just a case of making sure that we use that. I don't think we need to deploy, we just need to make sure we don't lose that second to Lando. And again, we've harvested quite a lot of battery, 0.6, so I feel like Lando may pull away from us on this lap, but at the moment, we are managing this pretty well with Seb. I mean, 13th and 12th, there's no points, but it's like pride, right? We're going to get extra sponsor money. I said we'd finish 15th, I think. So I think we'll get quite a big payout if we do this. And yeah, we're harvesting really well. We're now managing the tyres. And we're still within range of Norris for DRS. So I'm quite happy. Let's just quickly deploy, because this is where he can pull away and get out of a second. So we just need to make sure that he doesn't. 0.98. 0.1 second is there, so let's go down into neutral. We've got a lot of battery here. Let's attack the tyres. We're going to attack the tyres now. In fact, no, we're not. We're going to go aggressive because I think that's a bit more sensible around Monaco. We're back in within DRS. We're back in within DRS now. Oh no, yeah. I don't know where the detection point is. Do we have DRS? Let's deploy as soon as we get round here, and we'll check to see if we have it. We do have it. This should be a big catch-up now. Yeah, okay, we're back very moderately overheating. Okay, let's drop. Hulkenberg just, yeah, as I said, just has to end the race. And we are well within Lando Norris range. And it does seem to be when we push the tyres. I'm very worried about Seb's tyres, though. We just need to get past Lando. And then we can be home and dry, because we're lapping quicker than him. Right, again, 71% battery. By the time we get to the start-finish straight, we should be in a good position here to have a proper go at Lando Norris. Apologies if you heard that. I just smashed my microphone. Right. Keep this within 0.4, 0.5, 0.4 after this section. And we're in a good position. We're still pushing the fuel. which I'm not too worried about. Bottas has pitted again. Something's gone very wrong with the delta there. It says we're 20 seconds behind Lando Norris, which isn't true. So, right, we're going to deploy as soon as we can down here. And we should have DRS. We do have DRS. And look how quickly we're gaining on him. Come on, Seb, you've got to make this move count soon enough. Come on, keep your foot down. Keep your foot down. Keep that foot down. Come on, Seb. Use that experience. He's a young whippersnapper. He's not going to want to fight an experienced F1 driver like yourself. He is. And he's going to do... Oh, he's still just hanging on to his coattails. It's so irritating. Oh, Lando defending like an absolute dog. What a bastard. What a bastard. We're going for it again on the start-finish straight. We're going to deploy all the way down here. Let's get attack. It's sort of all or nothing on this go because we're going all in. We're going all in. Oh, Seb, just get alongside him. You've got the inside track. This is so infuriating. 12 laps to go and we are absolutely butchering our tyres here with Seb as we're battling with Lando. Okay, right. Standard tyres, neutral. Fuel I think is going to be fine. We can manage Nico's fuel on minus 0.1. That's not a problem. But, oh, bloody Lando defending like a dog. So we've got 6 laps to go and, well, Alonso's closed the gap on us and Norris has just pulled away where we've been trying to manage everything here and I think we might have to give up on overtaking Norris. I was trying to manage the ERS. We probably stayed on harvest a little bit too long and it allowed Lando just to slightly pull away and I am very worried by Seb's tyres because they're going to be very, very close to gone by the end of this. We're slightly under that line. I don't know if you can really make it out, but it's a very tough situation here. And yeah, Lando's still pulling away from us. So we may just have to go into defence against Alonso, who is, yeah, right on our tail, ready to pounce. And I'm sure his tyres are, well, they're not a million miles better than us, but they are better than us, which is a concern. Zhou's on down to 49 on his softs already. Bloody hell. As you can see, a 2-second gap now to Lando, so I think the tyres are just wearing off a bit and we're going to have to manage this. We could deploy and keep dumping our battery to try and catch him, but I feel like we probably need to not worry about that just yet. Neutral deploying it to give us enough space to Fernando Alonso so that he doesn't overtake us, but yeah, at the moment this has been tricky. I think we didn't quite pounce at the right time. Vettel pulled out of a few overtaking opportunities on Lando and it didn't work for us, which is saying. But 4 laps to go and no safety car in Monaco, not even a yellow flag. We've had one incident where Bottas hit the wall and that's it really. Nothing of note at all. It's been a bit strange. So Alonso's made the move. Our tyres are really dropping off. We've had to sort of conserve everything. We've got a 6-second gap to Yuki Tsunoda, which I can't see him making up in 2 laps. But it's still been a good race from us. Alonso has just managed his tyres much better at the end. We've been pushing a little bit too hard, sort of all over the place. But I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm upset there hasn't been a safety car because it's sort of what I was playing for in my strategy. But yeah, we've lost out to Alonso. Norris just completely pulled away from us. I think we're going to have to settle with 14th and 18th by the looks of things, but 2 laps to go and you never know. So Charles Leclerc has started his final lap. We're down to 29% tyres with Seb. So I think because of the gap to Tsunoda, we're just going to keep everything standard. Hulkenberg's got a big gap as well, so let's not crash out at this point when the race is just about to end. We might as well just see this home and not bad. I mean, Seb did gain a place. The pit stop worked well. I probably could have managed the attack on Norris a little bit better and the defence against Alonso a little bit better. But overall, I think you've got to be happy getting into the top 15. I think we're going to get a sponsor payout for that. We don't pay Seb anything because he's not in the top 10. Nico hasn't gained any positions. I think we've got to remember that for Monaco next year, that you're better pitting early rather than going for an overcut. I don't think they work in Monaco. I think Seb proved that if you get the undercut, it's much, much stronger. So yeah, I think that's the right thing to do there because we should be crossing the line. Why is that not our last lap? Oh, this is our last lap. There you go. We're
Last
just
lap.
starting it now.
Last lap.
Oh yeah, because Charles Leclerc has just crossed the finish line to win it. So 28% on tyres. We've still got 8 seconds, so we could make sure we get round and not do anything stupid by just going light on the tyres for this last one. And Charles Leclerc, should we see him cross the line? We don't do this very often. But there you go, Charles Leclerc comfortably across the line to win his home Grand Prix, actually. So well done, Charles Leclerc. Max Verstappen in second, Sainz third, Perez fourth, although it says he hasn't finished yet. Hamilton in fifth, Russell sixth, Gasly seventh, Magnussen eighth, Bottas ninth, Zhou 10 it looks like, although Bottas may get Magnussen right at the end. Ocon, Norris, Alonso, us, Tsunoda, Schumacher, Ricciardo, and I assume Hulkenberg is just about to end as well right now, but we'll have to wait and see for that one. So Nico has got, yeah, a huge gap to the cars behind him.
We're good
So-
to push.
I definitely didn't say more pace there. I think they's just finished. So, yes. Hulkenberg has finished in 18th. So, it's going to be Alonso, Norris, Alonso and us to finish. And not a bad race. 14th, I'll take that. It's what, a 1 position jump, maybe a 2 position jump from qualifying. But overall, I think I'm happy. Because didn't we take penalties as well in this? Did I take penalties? Did I buy loads of new components? No, I didn't. I was meant to do it before the race. What an idiot. What an absolute muppet. I was meant to take penalties, wasn't I, in this race? I've just remembered that. But anyway, I'm very happy with Seb's finish there. I think it's a good place. The garage are happy. Baldy here is very happy about it. So look at him, big smile. Yeah, not too bad at all. So Ricciardo, yeah, Nico went down 1. Seb gained 2 spaces, so not too bad. In the drivers, Seb stays where he is. Constructors, we're still going to be below Haas. They've now got 5 points. Damn it, we really need to get on the points board soon enough. So Seb gets some experience, as does Hulkenberg, and as does Frederick Vesti, and a development point to use for him, which we'll get into in just a second. So sponsor-wise, let's have a look what we've done here. So we got 100 grand from performance guarantee, but we had to pay them back 84 because we didn't do the whichever one that was. We did gain a position. Whoa! We definitely did that. That position gain was to get from 16th to 15th, and we got to 14th. So we definitely did that. I don't know why we're paying them that back, but anyway, we still end up with 3.77 million coming in total, which is totally fine for me, if you ask me. But lovely stuff. So yeah, another race in the bag. Monaco done, the one I wasn't really looking forward to, and we've got lots of things being done. The memorabilia room is done. The weather centre is upgraded. We really did splash the cash. The wind tunnel is upgraded and refurbished, and now we've got an important message to deal with before we get into Baku in the next raid. So there's the memorabilia room. Team effectiveness and morale gets a bit of a boost, which is good. The weather centre is now looking better as well. The wind tunnel has been upgraded, which is huge for future developments that we want to do. In terms of post-race, yeah, we don't care about that. A difficult race. The board watchers are disappointed the team performed below expectation. I don't think we did. I think finishing 14th is better than we could probably expect. So development points none for Seb. His morale is now back to okay, which is all right. He's still, if he needs to score points, and then we'll consider giving him a new contract. So Vesti did have a development point. I feel like we just keep putting it into braking at the moment. He's still getting all the P1s, which is good. He is still doing that. Nico doesn't have one. So yeah, it's an interesting situation here. Both German drivers, both a bit older, both 34, are coming to the end of their contracts. Do we just go for a fresh driver lineup for next year? I'm not too sure. So looking at the calendar, then we've got a few things coming up. So let's continue on as manufacturing is complete of something. The helipad is done. Awesome. That was the revenge helipad, wasn't it, that we bought after both our drivers crashed out in Barcelona, which is fun. Fun to be able to do that. So board confidence. Keep your. Well, I would expect a good result in your board review in 2 months, which is good. So board confidence, race performance, satisfied, disappointed, satisfied, happy, satisfied, satisfied, happy. Okay, so not too bad. Objectives will be reviewed at the end, and we've been in no debt for 4 months, which is lovely. We're currently just below target, which is a little bit annoying. Do I want to visit the helipad? No, I'm okay, thank you. But car development, so what is this? We've monthly car, look at car 1. For the looks of things, our car's braking could be improved compared to the grid. We should use this report to decide what car to develop. Okay. And May, we know we've been all good. Right, what did we just manufacture then? So, and also, we've got 2 more gearboxes for car number 1 and car number 2, which is good. The ERS, I think, might be an issue. So, ERS 4 and 2 are going to be okay, but we may have to buy another ones of that. And then engines, we've got 2 engines in there. We've got 2 engines in there. Okay, we're gonna be okay for the next race. Car part development, current projects. What are we doing? We've got an underfloor being manufactured. We've got a design for our 3rd iteration of our rear wing, which is gonna take 31 days, and our side pods will be done in 18 days as well. Okay, so we're not doing too bad. All we can do is manufacture something. So what have we got? We've got 4 of them. We've got 3 of them. We've got 4 of them. We've got 4 of them. We've got a new one being designed. Underfloors being manufactured. We've got 1 of those. And suspension, we've got 2. So we've got 0, 2, 2. So I guess we want to... Let's make a couple more of them. 100. If we rush it, 150,000. Let's get some spare suspension on the go. And a quick check of the cars then. Car build number 1. Aerodynamic chassis. Change. It's installed on both cars. Yeah, okay. It's installed on both cars. So the front wing is installed on both cars. The rear wing is installed on both cars. The side pods are installed on both cars. The underfloor is on car 1. And then, yeah, we've only got 1 of them. So a new underfloor is going to be fitted, which is absolutely awesome. As you can see, more top speed, better low speed cornering. Everything's really good. Everything's better, which is good. And suspension, both of them have the 2nd iteration of suspension. Lovely, lovely stuff. Right, we'll be back for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix out in Baku for the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.